This Congolese who is based in America, who calls himself Abednego Lufile, I don't understand why he even calls himself a prophet. This is a person who does not see in the spirit, but his whole argument in whatever he says is based on what he sees. For example, he talks about when he sees something physically, that's when he starts to react. What is the duty of a prophet? A prophet is supposed to see spiritual things. They're not supposed to be focused on what they see. Even a baby Christian is supposed to have discernment and discern in the spirit. So I'm actually shocked that a person who calls himself a prophet who go on a video after seeing a video by Joshua exposing Joshua Selman, and then he starts to use that as his basis for argument. And he explains how he got many teachings and wisdoms from Joshua Selman. This is this is incredible. I remember the first time I tried to watch Joshua Selman, I struggled. My spirit was disturbed. And I couldn't watch him. And I told people that way in the group that Joshua Selman is a Freemason. And he's in the Marine Kingdom cult. He's just a power-hungry person who is like, who is not of God, but he is full of human wisdom and a lot of power, but from another realm, strange powers. And that he is interested in controlling, dominating, so he will do anything. So after I shared that, this as I watched him over the years, I saw an effort that he made to try and live. All this was revealed in the spirit, but he never really lived. But he is a powerful vessel, but unfortunately so defiled and corrupted by demonic powers. He didn't master the lust of the flesh, and it took him to other places, strange places, just like we see with many false prophets. So he chose powers of this world. He chose power, fame over Jesus Christ. Revelation 12:11 talks about what you should do if you need Jesus in your life. So when I watch a person calling themselves a prophet, and they're saying, oh, I saw this about the person is concerning, for me it's like a joke. You're not a prophet, please. Because if you were a prophet, you would have seen these things in the spirit. For, there's also this Alexandra Pagani. For me, I see unclean spirits. These people call themselves apostles. Like Alexandra Pagani, when I watch him, I struggle. I can't even watch him. He's one of those demon slayers like Isaiah Saldivar and what. And, but I can't watch all of them. They are leading deliverance ministries, but using demonic powers. They're so corrupted. They're so defiled. They can't even discern who is true, who is false. Whenever they see a testimony, they run after it. And they run with what they are focused on, what they see. Yet the Bible tells us to be led by the Spirit. And those who are led by the Spirit are not under the law. So these people are all under the law because they are led by the flesh, what their eyes can see. So it's very concerning to find people calling themselves prophets and they can't see in the spirit. I once met a Zimbabwean who called himself a prophet. So as I was talking to him, now he's like, oh, can I talk to your husband? And he's telling me things that my husband said, and he's telling me what, and he's trying. Then I asked him, if you are a prophet, you telling me, oh, your husband said this and me, and you are leading us in the flesh. Because if you're a prophet, you would have told us mysteries behind what you see. Because me and my husband, we know. We talk to each other. But we don't need to be told what we already know. So if you are really of God, you are not going to focus on the flesh. You're going to tell us spiritual mysteries and revelations supported by the scriptures. So I told him what was really the happening and not what he was saying, because he was even confusing us, talking about things that are not even important. Oh, I need to ask you about this. Oh, I need to ask about this. Oh, so you are having this. Oh, and I was like, is that the duty of a prophet? If you're really a prophet, because for me, I have prophetic gifts among other gifts, so I can tell you, I could tell him, I even started to prophesy his life. And I told him his weakness and things that were happening, why he was defiled and could not hear from God. So, these people at Alexandra Pagani, Abednego Lufile, and, they're not even seeing in the spirit. And when they see using demons like Alexandra Pagani, he's a warlock. And this Lufile he's so defiled. He's trying, of course, for him, I cannot call him because he's coming from a background deep in Satanism, deep in witchcraft. So he has to disconnect from those things. Even though he's exposing people, he's still deep in those things, and he has to, and that's why he can't see in the spirit. He needs to humble himself and seek God instead of, doing what he's doing, because he is now corrupt. He is getting worse. Even though people using him, the likes of Marcus Rogers, are high-level Freemasons. So he needs to sit down and seek God for himself. Alexandra Pagani is a warlock who knows what he's doing. He's deceiving people. And even the unclean spirit, you see it even on his appearance. He looks like a witch doctor. He's so dirty, looking at him even physically. So these are people who never got the Holy Spirit, who are walking in the flesh. And because they are desperate to be demon slayers, they got strange powers and they're using them, and they're making noise. They want to be celebrities. They're trying to rise and to become celebrity, but they never really got born. They never received Christ and knew him. They don't hear from him.